We are all bound to make mistakes when starting something new. With any new stage in life or learning opportunity comes blunders and downfalls that usually end up leading to growth and learning. For any of you new to minimalism or think that you can't participate in minimalism, I'd like to be your guide today. Hi, my name's Jennifer, and I make content on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube about all sorts of things, but one of the main pillars of that is minimalism and how to apply aspects of minimalism into your life in an easy, seamless, stress-free, and authentic way. If any of that would interest you, please consider subscribing today and checking out my other socials in the description box down below. I don't know everything about the subject of minimalism, and I know that my vantage point is very different than some other minimalists that do promote things on the internet. I won't tell you to think about an item sparking joy in your life, and I won't tell you that you need to pack up your entire house into boxes in order to declutter effectively. I do, however, know what has worked for me and many others like myself. I feel like I've struck a pretty decent balance between the healthy aspects that minimalism can bring into your life and living a normal lifestyle, whatever that really means. Today, I'd like to share some minimalist mistakes with you to avoid, whether you're just dipping your toes into the minimalist lifestyle or if you're a seasoned veteran to the craft. Number 1, thinking your wardrobe needs to be neutral. It does not. Minimalism, like any good things that you bring into your life, need to be incorporated in a way that feels authentic to you in whatever lifestyle you're already living. If you like wearing color, continue to wear color. I personally gravitate to olive green, neutrals, blues, and reds within my own wardrobe. With having a minimalistic wardrobe, we want to create a wardrobe that suits us and is functional to us and not stressful in any way. Minimalism in regards to your wardrobe means things mix and match, garments are all the wearer's proper size and style, and things are not overly cluttered or chaotic. You can even have different aesthetics in your wardrobe and still keep things pared down and stress-free. I tend to be very boho in the summer and very sleek and simple in the winter. But both my summer and winter wardrobes are minimal and interchangeable within each other. It's all about finding what works best for you. I think so many minimalists gravitate towards neutrals because it's easy and typically it's timeless, meaning not much thought has to be put into the choice of what to wear every morning. I also think some people just want to look put together, and whatever the easiest path to get there is the path that they're going to choose. There is nothing wrong with this. It's just not the only way. Some people even choose to create a uniform, and any long-term subscribers of my channel will know why that will never ever be me. Clothing can be personal expression. Clothing can be art. Clothing can be confidence. And I think that each one of us needs to individually choose what we want our wardrobe to represent and make it work for us in whatever way we each see fit. Number 2, focusing too much on the aesthetic of minimalism. There is nothing inherently wrong with focusing on the aesthetic of minimalism or liking the aesthetic of minimalism, especially if you consider the art style of minimalism and interior design of minimalism came long before the lifestyle. The reason that this can sometimes be a mistake is twofold. Number 1, you end up focusing on having the perfect stuff. And with new things being invented every day to make our lives better, happier, or more efficient, this can easily become a never-ending cycle of upgrades. This tends to defeat the purpose of one of the core values of minimalism as a lifestyle, and that is to unshackle yourself from the consumerist loop to buy. So you'll end up trading one type of consumerism for another. You may have minimal belongings, but you may find your headspace no less crowded than before. And number 2 is it may put you in a box that you don't necessarily want to be in. Some people thrive in structure, a clean outline of what they are supposed to do and who they are supposed to be in order to be a minimalist. If this is you, feel free to ignore what I'm about to say. If you do not like the minimalist aesthetic of black and white and clean lines, overly empty spaces, don't fucking do it. Much like your wardrobe having to be individualized to you, your house needs to be individualized and functional for the people who live within it. Some people who are minimalists live with all of their belongings fitting in a backpack that they carry around with them. Other minimalists live out of a van. while others have a big family and a house for stability and peace of mind. None of these people are wrong, and all of these people can benefit from instituting some principles of minimalism into their lifestyle. If you want to go all in and you love Scandinavian minimal design and that helps you thrive, absolutely do it. Otherwise, make your space work for you. Don't feel like you have to fit in the pre-created box of who a minimalist is supposed to be. Unless, of course, that type of structure helps you thrive, in which case, jump in with both feet. It's at this moment that I'd like to let you guys know that this video is part of a collaboration with a bunch of like-minded creators like myself. We decided together to put together a playlist for you guys called Mistakes and Growth. If you like this video and you like my content in general, you'll probably like them too. I'm gonna have that playlist linked in the description box of this video and also into the pinned comment of this video. So after this, go ahead and click over to them, check them out, and let them know that I sent you. Number 3, thinking it's a one and done. If you just want to feel super light every year by doing a massive house declutter, and that's all you want to be interested in, that is completely fine and okay to do. However, if you want the monumental mental, financial, and life benefits of living more minimalistically, you need to understand that a lot of it is a lifestyle and perspective switch, and it's not just a one and done kind of process. You can't just go to the gym and do a really good workout one time and eat a salad one time and expect to be a healthy person. The same is true for all good things in life, and the same is true for minimalism. It will not stop at just the initial declutter that you do. Depending upon how much or how little you want to incorporate minimalism into your life will determine how much of your life it impacts. For me, my consumption, my mindset, my overall mental clarity, my finances have all greatly changed for the better since initiating more minimalist principles into all aspects of my life. Not to mention, as life changes, our needs change. I recently bought some new things for a puppy that I'm welcoming into my home in a few months. And once that puppy grows, I'll declutter or donate those items. The declutter couldn't possibly be a one-time thing because life is always changing. We are always growing as humans, and our needs of possessions change alongside of that. And yes, you will get to meet my puppy as soon as we have him. Moving on to number 4, not having a hobby. If online or in-store shopping used to make up the bulk of your spare time and sometimes your weekends like it did mine, you may find once you adopt a minimalist mindset, you'll have a lot of extra time on your hands. This time will need to be spent on something, ideally something that uplifts you. Whether it's time spent with friends and family, cooking things that otherwise would have taken too long, or being spent to better yourself in some regard, it's best to have something you enjoy doing for you in your back pocket to pull out to do when you're feeling inspired or even just bored. At the end of the day, taking on minimalism is a personal choice and journey that's going to look different for anybody who takes it on. And you can do as much or as little of it as you choose. Life is all about balance after all. If you're not already, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and my other socials, which will be linked in the description box down below. Couple of announcements. Number 1, I had mentioned a few videos ago that if I hit 500 subscribers, I would be getting a new camera to upgrade the video quality for you guys. And I'm so happy to say that we did hit that number, so thank you to anybody who's supporting me here or on any of my other socials. I just want to let you know that I am researching a camera, but it is a much larger investment than I thought, so I'm hoping right around the holidays it's going to go on sale and then I can get what I'm going. So at the top of the year of next year, please expect and anticipate great video quality from me. Additionally, another announcement I had is there's been this issue with YouTube recently where comments are being deleted without my consent, and they're not like spam comments, so I don't know why YouTube is choosing to auto delete them. But please know that any comment you leave, I will see it. It just doesn't always appear under the video, and I can't always reply to it because YouTube decided to auto-delete it. And unfortunately, because YouTube tends to not fix these problems for smaller creators, they focus more of their energy on bigger creators because bigger creators make them more money. So it kind of makes sense. But all of that is to say that basically I cannot fix this issue right now. So if you leave a comment, thank you, and I will see it and I will read it. It's just I can't always control if it gets deleted on the video. Just know that that's not me doing that. You've done nothing wrong. It's just happening. So I'm sorry on behalf of YouTube. And with all that being said, I will see you next week. Bye. Especially if you consider the lifestyle of minimalism. At the end of the day, incorporating minimalism is such a tongue-tie of a word. Can we pick a different word, please? I might just have to do this a sentence at a time, you guys. My ADHD?